Hello, everybody. This is Alia Jamal, the love coach, coming here live for another love circle. And today we are talking about the secret to unshakable confidence. Confidence is something that everyone wants. We all want to be more confident. There's some parts of our life we are very confident, and then there's some parts of our life we are not very confident. So, what I want to share with all of you today is how to bring that balance, how to create a foundation that you can take in every area of your life. Maybe you're very confident in your career, but you're not very confident in relationships. Maybe you're very confident in relationships, but then you're not very confident about your body, how your body feels, or maybe you're struggling with some health issues. So we are going to bring that um, foundation of confidence. We're going to build it on a very different scale, and then we are going to introduce it to all areas of our life. The reason I love talking about confidence is this is something that is taught to us from a very young age in such a negative way. I remember when I was taught confidence, my dad told me, always think everyone else is stupid. It never felt true to me. It never worked for me. At some point, I did learn how to be a little bit confident in my education, like more. And then over time, I learned how to be confident in my relationships, in my friendships, in the relationship with complete strangers, how to be more confident in that area. The more we step into who we truly are, the easier it becomes. So usually we are taught fake it till you make it, and that creates imposter syndrome, and that creates all kind of mistrust within ourselves. When we are faking that, we don't even trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves to begin with, and when we are trying to push ourselves to do something that we truly don't believe in, that trust gets even further apart. And that's why a lot of people, they're like, I have imposter syndrome. I don't know. I want to do this thing, but I can't get myself to do it. So I'm going into procrastination. For all of those, this is a conversation that is going to definitely help you if you do implement it. Implementing is on you. I cannot do that for you. So let's dig in. Um, so think about where in your life you fake it till you make it. Are you somebody who will try to put better clothes, or maybe like more like professional looking clothes, just so you feel a little bit more confident? Do you put on heels so you can feel a little bit more confident because your body posture is different? Are you somebody who put on red lipstick to feel more confident? That was another tip I was told over and over, especially when I was going through a bit of a depression, that, just put red lipstick on, you'll feel better. And I did try that. When I went back to work after going through depression, I was actually going through the phase of my life where I did not think I was beautiful at all. I actually hated the way I looked. I still look the same. I didn't get plastic surgery done. But when I would look in the mirror, because of that poisonous thoughts that were going within me, I did not even like what I saw. So I would just paint my face. I would put on so much makeup that I can't even recognize myself. And that is not my usual self. I know some people just love makeup. That was never me, and I don't think so that will ever be me. But in that phase, that was me, because it covered what I didn't like, what I was not connected to, what I was hating in the moment. So I covered my whole face, eye shades, blush on, lipstick, you name it, all of those elements were there. So when I went back to work after that episode, needed to get back on my 2 feet, I went in with all makeup on. And that's how I was like, I feel confident I can go back and I can restart my career. And then as the days progressed, being back in the doing the things that I truly loved, I started getting the confidence from there. And I'm going to share with you how these things are broken apart so you can use this mechanism, this process, to create the foundation that you need. And the more I went back to work, I believe within a month or so, all the makeup starts to come off. And I start to connect with a different part of me. that I felt like I had lost. So that's how slowly confidence came back. But in the time being, I was using makeup just to mask it. Was it working? Not really. Was I feeling like an imposter? Of course. Did I hate myself at that time? Of course I did. We don't want that to be part of our life. We want to create life that is full of joy and ease and that feels like it's ours. Not something like we are borrowing from somebody till we can, get on our 2 feet. We don't want our life to look like that. If that's how we want to live, we'll be in survival and crisis for the rest of our life. Yes, crises come, they leave, we become our own strong version and we move forward with that. So let's dig in. What is real confidence? So, real confidence, I'm going to give you just my own definition. I'm not looking it up in Webster or Merriam dictionary to look at it. I'm just looking at this is what's true to me. And you can see if this is true to you. For me, true confidence is being able to walk into a room and be able to be all of me and not feeling like I have to hide certain parts of me. Maybe I need to hide the way I smile because my smile is not good. Maybe I need to cover my face when I'm talking because my face is not good. Maybe I need to hunch down a little bit because I don't like how tall I am. So being able to stand tall in all of my presence, to me, that's confidence. That's me saying, hey, this is who I am. Take it or leave it, but this is who I am. And not even hiding my opinion, not hiding what I want to share in that environment. To me, that is true confidence. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you through steps to get you all there if you're not already there. That's what we want to do. We want to be living like that because that's where we connect with who we truly are. And we want to make that connection for all of us today. So, let's go into it. Okay, first, let's start with what confidence so this was like what real confidence is. Well, what confidence could be in a smaller version that is like okay, that's how it plays out. So to me, it's self-image, how you see yourself. If you see yourself, you're somebody, you're going to feel confident. So pay attention to, I know just a few weeks ago we did a teaching on self-image. You can go back and listen to that if you haven't already. But the higher you're going to have your self image, the more confident you're going to feel. The lower your self image, the less confidence you're going to feel. So it's confidence is not about how others see you, it's about how you see yourself. So somebody does not have to give you confidence. You have to create it within you. You have to connect it within you all by yourself. And that those are the steps I'll be taking you through. But as we are going through, just pay attention to how do I really see myself? That is where your confidence is. If you see yourself, I'm shy, I'm timid, like I don't talk, your confidence is pretty low. You're gonna walk into a room and you're just going to sit on the sideline and keep hiding. You're not gonna let anyone see who you truly are. But if you feel like you are important, you're somebody, you have something to share, you will step into the conversation and you'll add to everybody's life. Now, I got it in 4 parts. So we'll be going through 4 different parts. Just remember that the first part is what confidence means to you. It's very important. Don't take my definition, but take your definition. Ask yourself, what do I have to achieve or be or do that I'll say, oh my God, I'm confident now? Does it mean that you'll be able to go into a job interview and really, nailing it, not feeling scared of anybody? Does that what confidence means to you? Or does it mean that you can tell your spouse, hey, this is what I like, this is what I don't like? That depth of communication. Or do you feel like that's what confidence to you? Or does it mean like you can dress any way you want and you can go out and be who you want to be as your self-expression? Or is that what self-confidence means to you? So you need to ask yourself that question. It's very important. Otherwise, you'll be chasing somebody else's definition And you might not be able to get that confidence ever because maybe you want something completely different. As I shared with you, for me, confidence means I can walk into a place and I can be all of me. The way I dress, the way I speak, what I speak about, all of that. My smiles, my, like, whatever I want to share. So, what confidence means to you? And now, if there was any negative way of being confident was taught to you, also put that in front of you. Like one of the very easy tip I was taught in speech class is if you're getting confused, imagine everyone else is naked. So, I'm wearing clothes and they are not. And just imagine that, and that'll give you more confidence. Confidence is not about degrading other people. If we try to degrade other people and we try to tell ourselves, I am good, I am better, no, you're not. We all are same. So there's a part of you that's like, hey, you're lying. Go back. That's when we go into imposter syndrome. So really pay attention to what confidence means to you and maybe how you were taught confidence. Were you taught like competitive type of confidence, or were you taught just be who you are and try not to care about what anyone else thinks? Keep those two in front of you. Now, the second one is, how do you see yourself? Again, it's very important that you have a connection with how I see myself. I never thought of this question till I came to this question, how I see myself. Like going through college, going through my career, I never thought like, how do I see myself? I was just going, I was just moving. I was going with the flow, never really paying attention to what's going on within me. So you have to ask yourself, how do I see myself? Where are you right now in that self-image? Where do you want to go? If we don't have these navigation points, we're going to feel lost. But we want to have these navigation points. For example, I'll share with you guys right now. I have had experience of talking with maybe a 200 people group, but I want to be able to talk in front of 15,000 people. I don't know. I have never done it. Do I have the confidence to do it? I don't know. But that is where I want to go. So I'll start with like, I have done a somewhat of a big group, speech, you would say, but I want it to be even bigger. That's where I want to go. Would it require raising my self image? Of course, it will. If I have not already done it, that means I will be building up towards it. Does it mean I can do it? Of course. Does it mean I would have to learn some new things and maybe would have to heal other parts of me? Of course I would. But if I don't even know where I'm going, how I'm going to do all that? So pay attention to where your self image is right now, how you see yourself right now, and how you want to see yourself in the future. Do you want to see yourself as a leader in your workspace? Do you want to see yourself as a leader in your home life? Do you want to see yourself as somebody who leads the conversation even when, friends are communicating? So pay attention to all of that. And this is where we have to become really honest. If we don't become honest, there's no growth happening. I would just think, oh, I'm very confident and I'll just keep living like that. But in fact, I am not. And that is a foundation I need to build. But if I'm not honest, I never get to build that. If I never get to build that, I am keeping myself away from the growth that's going to come when I build that foundation of confidence. Okay. So now once we have these pieces together, what confidence means to you, how you see yourself right now, let's talk about where the low self-confidence come from. People who struggle with confidence, who struggle with self-image, with self-esteem, where does it come from? It's very important we understand why I'm feeling this way and how can I shift it. If you're just focusing on shifting, it's almost like having a blind spot. You have no idea where it came from. For example, if if your basement gets flooded, right? If you live close to a creek and your basement gets flooded, you want to make sure like how the water is getting in. Instead of every time it gets flooded, you're just like, cleaning it, cleaning it, cleaning it. You want to prevent it. So for prevention, you have to know where it's coming from. Maybe you need to get like special treatment done, or maybe change the structure of the house and whatnot to prevent that from happening. So we are going to look at that. So if you have not seen this beautiful circle before, we are going to draw a representation of subconscious mind and a conscious mind. This stick figure I learned from my coach, David Nagel, and it was created in 1933 or 32, I believe, by Dr. Herman Fleet, that is the name. So the bottom part of the circle represent subconscious mind. The top part represent conscious mind. When we are between 0 to 7, only this part existed, subconscious mind. And it was taking in all the information, the beliefs, the conversations that were coming to us, that were being told to us, whatever your parents were saying, your siblings were saying. So good luck if you are the youngest sibling. I'm a youngest sibling. So maybe your sibling said like, you're so mean. You're not beautiful. You're not good. I don't like you. Maybe your mom was really upset and she was like, why can't you finish this already? Why are you like that? Or maybe you were compared to somebody else a lot. You were compared to a sibling, you were compared to a friend, you were compared to a cousin a lot. And the constant message just about your self-image, we are not talking about everything else, just about your self-image, the message constantly you were getting, I'm not good, or there's something wrong with me. Like I was told, if I really think back, I was told I'm an old soul and I am too harsh and I'm too critical and I just think too deep. And there's something wrong with thinking deep. I'm too serious of a person, even in that age. Those are the things I was taught. I was told, and I kept in me. I thought like all that is true, and I had zero sense of humor in my teenage years, like literally zero. I didn't even know a single joke. I cannot make anybody laugh. So once I understood this and I did the work to connect with who I am truly in my truth, at this point, I have a pretty good sense of humor and I can make at least my little one laugh all the time. Just sharing an example. So all those things that have come here, if they have created a message that I am not good, so I am not good or there's something wrong with me. So now let's say this is what's sitting in your subconscious mind. Now, let's say you have learned about affirmations and whatnot. You're like, I'm just going to tell myself using my conscious mind, I am confident. You're just telling yourself all the time, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. You're just saying that. But all this has been sitting here. This is contradicting. When we have something sitting in our subconscious mind, it always wins over conscious mind. A belief here is always going to win over what you're thinking in your conscious mind, unless you have dealt with this, unless you have done some process to switch it. The way we switch anything that's sitting in our subconscious mind, our beliefs that are there, we do constant spaced repetition. So that would be like keep saying to yourself, I'm confident. And the other one would be sudden emotional impact. When something really like, suddenly emotionally happens and you're like, oh no, I can see I can do good. So I am a good person. For example, maybe somebody was sick or in an accident and right away you were there, you saved their life. That becomes your new identity. Oh my God, I can actually save people's lives. So then somebody comes and say, hey, you're not good enough. you have a new experience, but it was a sudden emotional impact that changed your self image about yourself. Now, the best way to work with this is, if you want to switch it, is giving yourself a different experience. Instead of just plainly saying this, put it with an action. A lot of people, they do um, a lot of affirmations, but there is no action attached to it. So, for example, um, if you are working with, if you want to increase your self image in terms of wealth, and you're saying, I'm prosperity, I am wealthy, I am rich. But then when you go to the store, you're looking at which item is on sale. So does that make sense? I just want to uh, put emphasis on that you cannot just keep repeating something without action. When we are changing this part of us, this belief that's sitting in our subconscious mind, we want to attach an action to it. So if you want to say I'm prosperity, make sure when you go to the store, you're not looking at the sales items, you're buying what you really want. That action is going to change this much faster than just keep repeating words. Because then you're repeating words without the feeling. How does it feel to be rich? And if you're doing that without the feeling, then those are just plain words that have no energy in it. But it's energy behind what we are saying that transforms us. I just used a little bit of a different example to show you how the relationship between the two. So now let's look at it. You got a job interview, you're not feeling confident. You're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I get it together? I really need this job too, but I don't think so. I'm good. I don't think so. They're going to hire. So your self image is really low. But then somebody told you, just say, I'm confident, and you're going to feel confident. And then you're about to go inside the room and your whole body is shaking and you're about to have a panic attack. What happened? Conflict here. So when we really want to build this, we want to do it with some actions. And one of the very easy and doable way to do it, see where you are already good or see where you already are confident. So making a list of things where you are really good and confident already. For example, I'm an amazing cook. I love everything I make, and there's some dishes I just make them wonderful. I am very good at organizing. I am very good at communication. I'm very good at um, sharing my feelings. Now I am. In the back in the day, I wasn't. So then I can look at all the things I am good at, or maybe I can look at the job skills that I have, and I keep focusing on that. When this part of me tried to say like, hey, you're not good enough, I am focusing on the things that I am good. I have a good feeling. Now I am attached to a energy that feels good. Then I say I am confident. You will be able to switch what's here using this triangle almost. So understanding where the low confidence starts from is, it starts from our childhood, 0 to 7. All the things that were said to us are sitting there. We need to change it. If we want to ever become confident, we need to change it. How we change it? We focus on the things that we are really good at. And we connect with that feeling, and then we repeat, I am confident. Maybe I'm not confident here. Also, keeping in mind, you're not going to be good at everything. Now, some people want to be good at everything because they are like, I'm a perfectionist. When you're trying to be good at every single thing that you're going to do in life, you're being very unrealistic. You're not realizing you're a human. You're thinking you're a robot. If I become good at everything, why would I ever need somebody else? Then I can do everything by myself. We are built in we live as a group, as a community. We all need each other. Somebody needs me and I need somebody in terms of what they are good at. If I try to spread thin my energy, try to be good at everything, I won't be able to do it. So maybe the person who's taking your interview is really good at drilling the person and taking a really good interview, but you're not good at giving an interview, but you're really good at the job skill that you're applying for. If you just focus on how well I know this, you're going to feel very confident in that moment because you'll be focused on how good I am at it. You're not going to be worried, when the person asks you, okay, so what are your aspiration in life? And you're like, I never thought of that. Oh my God, why didn't I think of it? What's wrong with me? And your confidence starts to go down. Just pay attention to you're doing it inside of you all by yourself. If you switch focus to something that you're really good at, your confidence is going to go high because your self-image is going higher because you're feeling good. Now, if right now you're thinking, okay, Alia, I'm not good at anything at all. We all know that's not true. So you really need to sit down and create a list that all the things that you're really good at and start focusing on that, pairing it with saying, I am confident if that's what's needed to be done. But if you just feel really good by focusing on that, you can just ride along on that energy of feeling good as well. Okay. So this part was all about understanding where it's coming from and how you can deflect your attention to the things that you're really good at. Now comes the real part. So where true confidence come from? How do we become that unshakable confidence? This is the secret that once I discovered, it has been mind-blowing for me. I don't know why it's not being taught. Pretty soon, maybe I'll be writing my book and I'll be sharing it there. This is something I teach my private clients. It comes from your soul. Now, if this is a concept you have never heard of, like, I don't even believe in a soul. I feel like I'm just born and one day I'm going to die. Just be patient and go through this section. And at the end, you can make a decision. Maybe you'll end up calling it with a different name, energy, higher power, whatever is your choice of words. My choice of word is soul. True confidence comes from soul. It cannot come like if I sit here and try to keep changing my subconscious mind for so many things. Yes, there are some things I can switch and I can do, but there is another energy within me that I can connect with the right way. I can tap into it and I can override this. I can override all the chaos in my mind. And once I discovered that, that's when my life started to change. That's when I became confident enough to walk away from something that was not making me happy. And it was a journey to get there. Now I'm going to get into that story. Let's get into think about your soul. Think about the soul that lives within you. Think about that awareness that's within you that's observing everything that's happening in front of you. Think about that. Connect with it. What is it? What is it that lives through you that can look at everything and is just observing? Is just observing everything that's happening. And that power is permanent. That power is not going to die. It's just going to come out of your body. Your body's going to die. But that part of you, which is the real you, is going to live and move on. It's not going to die. It's this expression of you in a physical form that's going to end, but that part of you is not going to end. We are going to bring your confidence from that part of you. We are going to become aware of that. And that is where your truth is. It's not in this body. It's not how you were treated in your childhood. It's not in all the things that you have heard. It's not all the chatter that goes in your mind. It's in the power that lives through you, that keeps your body alive. And the day it comes out, your body's not alive, but that power lives on. That power is permanent. It's not going anywhere. So start paying attention to 3 points I'm going to talk about in this section. You follow these 3 points and you keep them in front of you, you are going to have unshakable confidence guaranteed. Guaranteed you're going to have it. This is how I can walk into a room full of complete strangers and be able to walk up to anybody and have a conversation. I just did it on Tuesday. It's like about 100 or so people walked in, didn't know anybody, made some wonderful connections. And life is beautiful this way. Life is so beautiful. I get to be who I am. I get to accept other people who they are. But that confidence is coming from my soul. It's not coming from my mind or all of that. We want to be able to bypass everything and start living from that part of us. First thing, we all are equal. No one is above you or below you. That is the truth. So think of it at a soul level. We all are equal. Yes, you come in a body, you're maybe higher IQ, lower IQ, poor, rich, more beautiful, less beautiful. But at a soul level, we all are equal. Every single one of us. We have the exact same ability at a soul level. So if I'm sitting here and the person who's interviewing me, we all are equally and same. He could be the director of the company or CEO of the company that I am interviewing for, but we are equal. There is a part within us that is equal. If you have to sit there and tell yourself 15 times or 1,000 times or 10,000 times, every single person that I am ever going to interact with, we are equal. And your subconscious mind gets convinced, you're going to have unshakable confidence. You're going to walk into any place and you'd be like, we are equal. If we are equal, I don't have to hide from you or be afraid of you. I am equal to my parents. I'm equal to my son. I cannot treat him any different. There is a part of us that's equal. Even with your intimate partner, your spouse, you're equal. Just really let that sink in and grab onto that. The next one is you have a purpose. You came here to do something. So these equal people, souls, they all have a purpose. They all came into the body to do something. Nothing else is more important than this person. And you both are carrying that purpose. So now we all are equal and we have a mission inside of us. I love the word mission instead of purpose. But we all have a purpose within us. You're trying to live that purpose. Some people never even take a break from their life to find out what is my purpose. Why did I come here? They just keep doing things that other people will praise or other people say are good or that will make them more money. They'll just keep doing those things and then feel very unsatisfied within them. There is a purpose within me and you and anyone you are ever going to interact with. We all have that purpose. So now we are all equal and we all have a purpose. Maybe the job interview that you're doing, that is your purpose. You're living that purpose and the other person is living that purpose too by creating the kind of business or the opportunity that they have created. So you both are equal and living that purpose. You walk into a big room of people. Everyone there is equal, no matter how much more successful you think they are from you. And you all have a purpose. Some have started asking that question. Some are already living it. Some are not even aware of it, but we all have that within us. It's almost like we all have this gem within us. So, but still, we are all equal. We all are on the same path. So when you walk into a room, instead of worrying about what all these people are going to think about me, how I'm dressed, how I'm talking, and blah, 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 all those things that come to your mind, focus on We all are equal, and there is a purpose within me and within them, and we all are here to live that purpose. Then it does not matter who has more of what or less of what. You are in that equal energetical field. The last thing, body's here to serve to the higher part of you. So your body, so think of these like, fundamental concepts or beliefs or truths that I have discovered through my through my study that I am sharing with you. You can implement them or not, it's up to you. So body's here to serve that higher part of you. So when your body starts to throw tantrum, shaking, it's like, oh my God, I can't breathe. Just take a deep breath and remind yourself, hey, there's a part of me that's here to do something very specific, and the body's here to serve that part. Body has to serve that part. Body cannot take over. It's like having that very honest conversation with yourself. Maybe you're not even ready to have that conversation with yourself. But whenever you are having that conversation that my body's here to serve the soul, to live its purpose. So then it doesn't matter when I am about to walk into a room and it's full of people, it doesn't matter how I'm feeling, the soul takes over. Body is where the soul lives. It's like, think of it as your own home. Your home does not decide like, okay, today I'm not going to be clean. I'm going to start to stay dirty. You clean it, you change it, you decide, you move. So the home is serving you. Same way our body is supposed to serve. So what happens when we look at it life this way, kind of like, the who's in charge changes. Who's in charge changes. So if you start giving the charge to your soul and not to your body, you're going to feel that difference of how you feel. And this is something you have to experience. I can share all my experience with you, but you have to really sit back and think, how would life feel like if my body's not in control anymore and I'm living from that higher part of me? I am making decisions from that part. I am talking from that part. I am thinking from that part. As you start even thinking like that, you start switching into that kind of mindset, your higher brain starts to open up and your lower brain starts to shut down, because now you're connected with that higher part of you. You're thinking from that place. You're thinking, in order to live my purpose, it is important for me to go and maybe help all these people. So it doesn't matter if I feel confident or not, that part of me is permanent. And it's within each and every one of us. So when I start talking to my client, let's say I work with all ages. Some are older than me, some are younger than me, some are closer to age. In the beginning, this part used to come into my mind, and the more I realized I am a soul in this body who already have this contract with this other soul, that in this body I'll help you. Again, that is my discovery and my belief. You don't have to follow that. Then there's no age left. And also keeping in mind that not all of us are going to be good at everything. Maybe I'm really good at digging deeper into emotions and helping people emotionally heal, but the person that I'm talking to, they're really good at something else that I'm not good at. But I can help them discover this one part of them. And that is all I'm going to focus on. So then it's unshakable confidence. Then nothing has to get into my head. Oh, am I even qualified? Or can I even do that? Oh my God, the person is older than me. They have lived more life. They have had more experience. None of that matters. The thing that I am really good at, I can help them with that. I cannot help them with their finances or creating their financial statement. That's something I have no exposure to. And I don't even think if something like that would be in front of me, I will be able to tell the difference. So I'm not good at everything. You're not going to be good at everything, but we have to train ourselves to start living from that higher part of us. So I'm just going to recap. Unshakable confidence comes from our soul, realizing that at a soul level, we all are equal, we all have a purpose, and my body's here to serve that soul. And every day, it's my job to make that effort. And if you want to do like, a bit of a cleanup work, remember that focus on what you're really good at, connect with that feeling, and then you can just repeat, I am confident. So then that becomes part of you. Or you can just keep focusing on these three things, or you can even forget about everything and you'll be like, I'm just gonna decide to live from my soul. And that soul is here to do something. It has a purpose, it has a mission, it knows everything. It knows how it goes. I right now talking about it, I feel like I should do a training on soul in itself. That is something that I have studied a lot and I continue to study. Maybe I can do a training just on that. But for this conversation's sake, that is where your confidence is going to come from. So stop faking till you make it, but switch your focus to the higher part of you. And if you have hard time doing that, please reach out to me. You can find me by just searching Alia the Love Coach. You'll be able to find me on Facebook, Instagram. If you're already here in the group, you can just DM me. You can send me an email and let's have a deeper conversation. Because we want to build an unshakable confidence that comes from the depth of you, not something that you have to fix every single day for every single meeting. We want it to be something that comes from the depth of you. That is your truth. So that is all for today. I'll see you all soon. Sending you lots of love. Bye.